Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Breeze, Breezeway Productions The Breeze, where we bring you the latest in independent films and film festival news. And we continue our coverage of this year's Bentonville Film Festival, the 2022 edition, with a film that's coming fresh off of Tribeca that I was interested in speaking with. And we have Nardeep Kurmi and Pallavi Sastry here to talk about Land of Gold. How are you guys?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks for having us, Alex.
Right on. Well, thanks for coming on the show to talk about Land of Gold. So tell us a little bit about the film.
Yeah, so Land of Gold is about a Punjabi American truck driver who is expecting his first child and is absolutely terrified about that. And he takes one last long haul drive cross country before his baby is due and discovers Elena, a 10-year-old undocumented Mexican American stowed away in his trailer. So what happens is it's a road trip movie and a surrogate father-daughter movie between this man learning to be a father in the moment and this young woman who's desperately trying to find her last remaining family member in America after a traumatic event has happened.
Wow, that seems like a very complex story with a lot of moving parts and elements to it. So you were the writer of that as well. Where did your influence for Land of Gold come from?
Yeah, so it came from a number of different places. I was doing research on different projects, and I stumbled across this really beautiful untold history in America between the Punjabi community and the Mexican community in the early 1900s, and this beautiful Punjabi-Mexican hybrid that kind of exists in the American Southwest right now. And around that time I was doing that research, a lot of friends were having children for the first time, Pallavi included. And I started really asking myself, thinking about my own family history and the traumas I have and wanting to have kids myself, about what is it to be a brown parent in the country today of a brown child, especially when things like child separation happen at the border. All these dangers exist for brown children. How do you as a parent unpack the traumas of your own past to be a better parent to your child and teach your child that they need to dream as big as they possibly can, but understand that there are limitations and challenges that will be ahead of them simply by nature of who they are and where they've come from. Complicated and complex, but that's where it came from.
Yeah, it seems like every day it's getting harder to either be a parent or be a woman in society, which I won't touch on. It's been a long day. Today's very long.
Yeah, look, it's for us to be at Bentonville for everything that the festival stands for what Gina stands for, Wendy, everybody there. Like on this day, it feels. At least for me, I'll speak for myself. All of you speak to I feel good that we're here. It also feels a little strange, but to be in this community right now, it's nice to have the community around on this type of a day,
especially in a place where you wouldn't really equate it with this type of community, right? So it's really important, the work that they're doing here at this festival.
Yeah. Can you reflect a little bit more on that, Pallavi? I'd be curious to hear, with your experience in Bentonville and what the film festival stands for, how it reflects upon the community of where you are.
Well, again, I think, we're in the middle of the country, and it's even for Nardeep and I, we've had many conversations this week about how we've both done many road trips across this country, but never actually driven through the state of Arkansas. It's very easy to skip over. For us, the foundation, the work that the foundation has been doing, the work that Gina's been doing for many years, this has become very quickly a bucket list festival for us. Mostly because of why it started, we talk about intentionality of the stuff that we like to work on and the things that and the stories we want to tell, and how it really has to be intentional. And this festival is very intentional. I think coming here and having it be at the beginning of our festival journey and having it be having our film and this story be received in the way that it is, it's kismet in a lot of ways.
Yeah, well said in that regard. So you screened last night. Tell me a little bit about how the screening experience went for you at the festival this year.
Yeah, it was great. We screened at the Thaden School, and we had a great crowd. Everyone seemed to really, really enjoy the film, right? People were laughing, people were crying, you could hear a pin drop. And then even maybe more important was we had a really, really lovely Q&A after. Yeah. And we had a really, really lovely discussion. We're not making movies just for entertainment value. We're also making films to foster discussion about what you've seen, what you felt. And I was actually fairly blown away at the honesty and the candor of the conversation that we were able to have after that screening. It was quite beautiful. So I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
in terms of perspective, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
Yeah, I think it was really important to us with this, and we were very supportive of Nardeep in crafting the story for it to not be an issue film. You know, we didn't want this to be something that felt in any way preachy. We wanted it to be coming always from a place of empathy and how we can tell this story to find empathy and like care for people rather than care about an issue.
Sure.
And so that's the types of questions and discussions that honestly were presented to us, which is everything we wanted, you know?
Well, yeah, it's always good to have a conversation after a story that helps inspire, make movements towards change, make you think a little bit more about your fundamentals, have different points of view, challenge what your comfort zone, move you in different places to make you think differently about other ethnicities, organizations, ideologies, things like that. So it's good to see, as you were saying, that this was happening in Arkansas, in Bentonville. And the name, obviously, Land of Gold stuck out to me when I was looking through the films of the festival, because you recently just came off of Tribeca with the Untold Stories. So I wanted to touch on that. How has your journey been? Obviously, it started off with a bang. So I was curious just to catch up and then see how it's been from then to now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a whirlwind, right? Like
whole year.
Yeah, the whole year. 375 days ago, we won $1 million through the AT&T Untold Stories program to make our first film. And the 20 minutes after we got the word that we were the winners and we were going to have to make a movie, we were on on calls, starting to hustle, starting to produce the thing, right? Bobby was calling trucking companies, and we were off to the races. And it's been a whirlwind, because you get the million and then you got to do the thing. So we basically had 2.5 months of intense pre-production. And then we were on location in Oklahoma, filming the movie and doing this road trip movie all in Oklahoma. We got to work with the Cherokee Nation and filmed on their stages, which was like the beautiful, like, to tell this inclusive story about hyphenated Americans with First Nations folks. It's like the First Americans. It's like perfect, right? Like, it's the most American story possible in all ways, shapes, and forms. And then post-production leading into the premiere at Tribeca, it's been crazy. Just so you have an idea, we premiered at Tribeca last week.
Yep.
We finished the film 6 days prior to our premiere. So, I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah, I can understand that. The festival, I think, is going on for like another day or two. So hopefully after that, you'll be able to catch your breath and take a rest. But I'm sure that you're going to be on a bender, like going forward with other festivals that want to screen the film. So it's good to see the success, as I've said, with other filmmakers that continue their run. And I always wish success to independent filmmakers, because you're telling stories that you don't see in major, film company movies. It's more things that you don't hear that often. And I like to support independent filmmakers by talking with them about this. So I want to thank both of you for coming on the show to talk about Land of Gold, Nardeep Kurmi and Pallavi Sastry. Where can people go to find out more about the film, like a Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, things like that?
Yeah, we're pretty easy to find. It's Land of Gold Film almost everywhere. Instagram and on our website, landofgoldfilm.com is where we do the most updates. Links to tickets, virtual screenings, anything like that. We try to update as best as we can, and then we're also on Facebook and Twitter every so often.
Right on. Well, very good. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the festival. And again, for stopping by on The Breeze. And I want to thank the Bentonville Film Festival for having us. So I wish you both the amazing time at the rest of the festival and on the rest of your Film Fest run with Land of Gold.
Thank you so much.